everyone, my name's Jim Bob. I dedicated this channel to my love of movies, but the main focus on my channel here is revisiting the older classics while occasionally putting out a review of a new release. If that sounds like your kind of thing, consider clicking that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Welcome to the first episode of Movies Revisited, a show here on my channel where I'll dive deep into classical movies and give you my thoughts, basically retro reviews. Today let's talk about the original Godzilla. So Godzilla, originally titled Gojira, was released in 1954 and was directed by Ishiro Honda. When this movie went into production, a Japanese-Indonesian co-production collapsed, and the original idea for what would eventually become the most iconic monster to ever grace our screens was going to be an octopus, but was later scrapped in favour of a more dinosaur, lizard-like look. Everyone loves dinosaurs, right?
Right.
So first off, I'm going to be talking about the original Japanese version of this movie, not the heavily edited 1956 Americanized version, titled Godzilla King of the Monsters. Hey, wait a minute. Figures. So this is the first time I've ever watched this movie, mainly because younger me couldn't appreciate the movie for the following reasons. 1. No one spoke English. 2. It's black and white. 3. It's dated. And 4. Rubbish special effects. But that version of me can do one because this movie may not have any English dialogue other than English subtitles, and it may be black and white, and it may show a lot of signs of age at times. But I can fully respect this movie for being the source material of such an iconic monster. I have not only respect for this movie, but I'm going to go all out and let you guys know exactly what I think. This movie is a timeless masterpiece. The story. I'm going to apologise in advance if I don't pronounce any of the Japanese characters' names correctly. The story is pretty straightforward. There's a rampaging monster destroying Tokyo and nothing can stop him, and the Japanese government are head up to heels and are trying to find a way to stop this unstoppable force. The solution being Dr. Serizawa's oxygen destroyer, even though Serizawa swore to take the secrets of the formula to his grave. But what I found most interesting about the plot of Godzilla was the fact that Godzilla symbolises nuclear holocaust from Japan's perspective, and years down the line has been culturally identified as a strong metaphor for nuclear weapons. Basically, after the Hiroshima and Nagasaki atomic bombings and all that nuclear radiation, just what could have happened? Ishiro Honda filmed Godzilla's destruction in Tokyo to mirror these bombings. So the film opens up when a Japanese freighter is destroyed near Oda Island and another ship is sent to investigate, only to meet the same fate as the last ship. Fish start to die, the water is contaminated with dangerous radiation, even though this dude right here goes and touches the water anyway. Logic, right? Even though technically this should happen.
Nice ponytail.
It isn't long before we're introduced to the first shot of Godzilla coming over a hill, and to be honest, it looks terrifying. We hear the loud screams of the villagers running for their lives, and despite the film being so old now, you're brought into the terrified look on some of these characters' faces like today's acting standards. But the story is straightforward and easy to understand. You don't feel like at any point you're taken out of the movie because of its age. The story has great character dynamics and plenty of iconic moments. Characters. The acting in this movie is superb. The most interesting subplots of the film to me are character arcs of Hideo Ogata, Dr. Serizawa and Emiko. The fact that Serizawa trusts Emiko with a huge secret, a secret big enough to make her scream at the very sight of what she saw. The secret of the underwater bioweapon called the Oxygen Destroyer, with Serizawa swearing to take the formula of the weapon to his grave. With Emiko knowing it was the only possible solution to killing Godzilla and stopping all the rampage, she tells Ogata after swearing to keep it a secret. And after some convincing, the Oxygen Destroyer is eventually used to kill Godzilla, but with the cost of Serizawa's life. The dialogue doesn't always land for me, like for example, this guy just randomly comes out with, straight to the point dialogue like, it's Godzilla. But I'm just basing this perspective from the English subtitles. I don't speak any Japanese, so I can't say for sure whether the dialogue sounded better from the perspective of a Japanese speaker. Around, this movie has a solid cast with the likes of Akira Takarada, Akihiko Hirata, and of course the guy in the suit, Haruo Nakajima. Special effects. This is a constant debate I hear amongst a lot of people in the Godzilla fan base, and the question that I hear the most is, do the special effects hold up to today's standards? Yes and no. So let me explain. For one, the opening appearance of Godzilla in this movie is terrifying and freaks me out a little bit. But it's when he turns so you can see his front. It looks really corny and you can tell it's a guy in a suit. Personally, I thought stop motion animation would have been a better choice. But back then stop motion animation was a little too expensive for this film's budget. And there are some other shots where you can tell Godzilla is breaking down cardboard buildings, and this scene made me laugh when Godzilla tips over this car. You can tell that this is a figurine and it's supposed to be someone holding onto a car, which you can tell is a model. It's pretty funny. No, but on an obvious note, effects using models improved immensely 20 odd years later with Star Wars. But I'm not bashing the film for bad special effects at all. If you ask me, the effects in this movie were years ahead of its time. There's some great wide shot angles of the destruction of Tokyo and the fiery background where you can see all the damage Godzilla has caused. Ashiro Honda proves how good the camera work is here. Obviously the special effects to today's standards aren't as good. For example, if you look at the special effects in the more recent Godzilla King of the Monsters, that's the 2019 version, not the version I mentioned at the beginning, the special effects are incredible. Even though in that movie I wish the colours were a little more vibrant. But for a black and white movie from the 50s, the special effects were amazing for its time. Just not so much to today's standards. But again, the special effects are really good. Conclusion. Overall, Godzilla is an iconic movie that spawned 65 years of sequels, and although I haven't seen that many Godzilla movies, I'm looking forward to checking out more. Funnily enough, the first Godzilla movie that I ever saw was the 1998 Matthew Broderick movie. Ugh. Then I saw the 2014 Godzilla film, which was amazing, and then the more recent Godzilla King of the Monsters, which I didn't like that much. I have a whole review on that film if you're interested in watching it. Link in the description. And more recently, I've watched the anime Godzilla movies from Netflix, this movie of course, and Shin Godzilla. And I must say I'm enjoying myself with all these. But this movie in general stands the test of time and is still very much a watchable and enjoyable movie to this date. Overall, not my favourite Godzilla movie, but it's the one that I had the most respect for. Godzilla 1954 gets an S. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me this long. I bet you're sick of my voice now because I'm definitely sick of hearing it after editing this video. Thanks again guys, I hope you all have a fantastic day. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more useless opinions. Remember, you are awesome. Take care.